We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, A60 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm.
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
We locked
Clear. I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No,
Never.
that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.
What up? Tito. What's going on,
baby?
Another fun-filled day in the world.
Let me get these shares out before we start dropping bombas.
Yeah. Another fun-filled world day in the world of youth football. You know?
Well, it's already been a shocking week. The last thing I ever expected was what we found out yesterday.
Might be a shocking night if I have the wrong side. Let me never mind. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive, my brother. Everybody tap in. Dennis, what up? Mike, what up?
Who's that? Paver? Milner?
Yeah.
What up, fellas?
Let's get this going so we can get right into proceedings this evening. See what's going on. Swoop. Caught it. Y'all see that? That's what I'm doing. I'm not advertising them. Bomb squad in the building. Nate. New Haven 12, you load him. I saw the shots, Nate. Not from you, but I picked up on what was going on under the post. I just kept it quiet. That was on purpose. Oh, man. This will be a good show. And by the way, we are going to post the link live and allow everybody to come in. Everybody to do what y'all want. Well, before that, yo, it's your boy PH, the Prez, Mr. Above 140. And I'm here with the co-host.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, A60 Army, now known as the 5th State Army.
And so, fun-filled show tonight. Y'all know what we doing. Though we got some other topics, it's not all about the Pop Warner move. We got some very insightful topics. We'll be talking about some other stuff. We're going to be talking about the new story about the bill that's being passed in Connecticut about the referees. You guys might want to watch that because if you're going to be acting out and going against referees, you might want to check yourself. But anyway, Tito, let me predicate it with saying on Tuesday, Pop Warner Nation was shaken up with a surprising news that Pop Warner was moving locations. Before we get into it, tonight we are going to open up the lines, but I want to say a couple things. One, it's a minute. You got to have your camera on. You cannot have any background noise, be at the gym, nothing like that. And say your piece. We'll hear you out. If it's a question for us, we'll answer it. If it's something you ask, we'll answer it. Okay? That's how we're going to do it. Now, I am aware, Tito, that my posts have gotten deleted out of some chat rooms, but that's okay. I'm not going to be emotional about it. Clearly, the powers that be want to pipe down breaking news. Now, the breaking news I got was a phone call out of Southeast region and confirmed from from Mid-America, right? And so I think that we would be doing a service by getting the word out to the people. Clearly, there's people that don't want the information out. Or, let me speak to the people first. You know, I was so tired, Tito, so on Tuesday I saw all the complaints. And I started to feel like I was upset too with the move because I love Orlando. I love Disney. I'll get to that. But to start deleting posts because we're releasing breaking news, to me, that's corny. Now, I look, I'm not blaming the chat room because I spoke with the admins. They're good dudes. They told me they didn't remove it. I don't know who got it removed, but if you got it removed, stop being corny. And I saw some ladies up going, why? I don't want to hear it from this forum. I want to hear it from my president. Then get off the damn forum. Nobody asked you to get on the internet. We will rewrite and get mad that you're not hearing it from somewhere else. If you don't want to hear what the stupid president got to say, don't tune in to Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, because that's what they show. Anyways, let's move on. I'll get back to that later because I'm going to be firing at y'all all day. Tito, Pop Warner decided to move to North Carolina. Initial thoughts?
Well, you know, at first I was highly frustrated and upset. Obviously, I got a lot invested in Orlando, being that, you know, Mama lives 10 minutes from where the games is at. Right. So the original, when we heard it at 8:30 in the morning, because we was on the phone when the news came out. We was on the phone when the news came out, and I said, bro, that's fake news. Then you said you started hitting up the main sources and it ain't fake news. I said, why? And at first I was against it, but then yesterday I started thinking about it. Like, I've been to Carolina a couple times. I've never been to Charlotte. So that part of it interests me because I know the weather in Charlotte is not too much that different than Orlando in December. It's the same thing. It's going to be cold in the morning. The sun comes out. You can take the hoodies and stuff off. When the sun goes down, it's going to get nippy again. I mean, I could live with that. Obviously, for whatever reasons, we know some of the reasons. I don't know how true it is, all the rumors I'm hearing. I understand the move. I understand it's an upgraded facility if you look at it. I mean, from the looks of it, from what we've seen. I told you that, you know, maybe we should go about it a different way, but whatever, from what I'm seeing, it looks like a more centrally located, a more convenient sportsplex. And from what I understand, Charlotte is a metropolis, so it's a beautiful city. I've never been. I can't co-sign that, but from what I understand, Charlotte is a metropolis. And out of the little research we have done, it looks like it sits right outside of Charlotte. So Charlotte is going to be very accessible for you to get the whole Charlotte experience. Now, how the rest of it goes, I'm waiting for the details like everybody else. But I'd be lying to you and say, like, now I'm a little curious about it. Like, can this work? Can it work? I think it can. As long as all the big names, like what I consider the big names from the West, from the Midwest, Texas, Florida, as long as those teams stay involved, I don't see how it can't work. I believe it could work. I believe it's in a good enough location that it could work. I truly believe that.
All right. Let me see.
Bro, is it going to be like Orlando? No. So we need to get off that thought. Is it what we're accustomed to? No. Is it like any other tournament we ever been to? We've been doing this national thing for a long time. Phil. We've been to, you know, I mean, between how many times we've been there? We've been up between both of us. We've been over there probably over 40 times. So we know the Florida experience. You know what I'm saying? Will it be that? I don't think it'll be that. But what if it offers something better?
So I've never been to North Carolina or South Carolina. Let me just say some things in general about my assessment of Pop Warner Nationals. First, let me say, Tito, I think we're all thinking about this wrong. And let me tell you what I mean. I think most of us still have this belief that Pop Warner is trying to provide an experience for the families the way it was and the way that was, I think, the goal in Disney World. I've not talked to nobody at National Pop Warner. Nobody at National Pop Warner talks to me. Well, I mean, when I see him, I say hi, a couple words here and there. But I mean, like insight. Nobody gives me no secret information. Everybody call me around the nation, think I got some insight. I don't. But here's the thing, Tito. I think National Pop Warner, and this was said to me earlier from a mom of a young lady that was in Pop Warner from the Disney years all the way until she was an adult. And I think it somewhat sums it up. She said, she wasn't super bummed out by it, that she kind of believed that Pop Warner has went to more of a regional look for its national championship and more of an all-star cheer look for the cheer side. Now let me tell you what I mean. In cheer, when you're in the all-star cheer events, I went to Rhode Island. I then went to, we had Albany, New York. Remember, wifey left early to go down to Pennsylvania, and I'm going to Orlando in the convention center again, and we got to go to Amherst, Mass. It's not, you show up, you cheer, you go home. I think that's what Pop Warner is saying. Pop Warner is saying, we're going to provide you with a great national championship. But we are not going to provide, and I don't know this to be true. I don't know North Carolina. This is my initial thoughts was, we're not as interested in providing you with a family experience, however. Because, Tito, that's what everyone was accustomed to. Look, for everybody out there that said, oh, we there to play football. Phil, my boy, just landed in Jersey for Global Cheer. No way football need to be played in this weather. Polo, you banned, bro. Listen, Tito, let me say something. I don't think that they're doing anything malicious. It has been said and it has been accused for years, Tito, and you know this. The fields in Pop Warner are bad. They need better fields. And for those that say this is about football, this is about cheer, it's about winning the national, it's not about parks, you don't get to decide that. Some of y'all are so privileged, and this was said to me too. Some of y'all are so privileged that you get to go to Pop Warner for 10 days and it not be a vacation for you. It be strictly about football and strictly about cheer. Let's wind it back, and I don't want y'all so privileged families to feel like that. Let's wind it back. What if you have a lot of families, Tito, that don't leave their state ever? That the only trip that they take with their families and they save up all year and everything for this Pop Warner week. And if they got to take their kids and they got to take their youngest kid that's not in Pop Warner, and the husband got to come because they got a baby and the kid is performing, what about the fact that they spending their money 2 weeks before Christmas and they ain't got enough money for another trip? So this is their family vacation wrapped into a national championship. Now, look, I'm a coach. We hate to hear that, but let's talk truth of the matter about our families, at least in my program.
Bro, there's always a couple families that are gonna think, oh, we there to go to the parks and all of that. Like that, you're gonna get that when you do this. You if you've been doing it, it happens. I definitely know what you're talking about. There's people that's gonna wrap it up into the vacation mode instead of what you're supposed to be there doing.
And so, with that being said, I would think I would still want Pop Warner to consider, and maybe they did. Look, I haven't seen the packages. I don't know what's in North Carolina. I did just confirm with a North Carolina Pop Warner higher up that Carowinds is open. I guess that's an amusement park, and they got a lot of stuff for families to do. He did say that to me. I was just talking to him right before I came on live. But so I want to say, for those that saying it's about football, it don't matter, go play football and go home. I don't know if y'all ever been to nationals, but you don't go down there with 30 kids and say, just go play football and just go home. That's not how it works. But it seems if there is nothing to do in North Carolina, which we got to remain to be seen, maybe Pop Warner is saying, listen, I'm going to provide you guys with a great national tournament. But the family experience is not going to be on the higher of our to-do list. Like, I would think with National Pop Warner hiring new staff, they'd get salaries. Let's just be honest. So do everybody in youth, right? Sports is $1 billion business. They got to meet their bottom line. I think the next thing, I think Experience used to be the highest on the totem pole when they was at Disney, providing you with free parties at Hollywood Studios and all that, right? I think experience, I mean the experience, not experience as in amount of years of knowledge. I think the experience have came down on their totem pole, and they said we need to meet our bottom line to function, to pay ourselves. We need to, number two, provide cheer and football with a great national championship. I hear they got like 9 turf fields. Great.
No, it looks, listen, like I told you, it looks a lot more convenient than the current setup was in Camping World. Even though Camping World grew on me, like I told you, early in the tournament weeks, it got tricky. It's not convenient to hop fields and watch games. It just wasn't. It wasn't convenient. This looks like it's a lot more convenient. And the other thing I noticed, there's 3 huge parking lots in that facility. So parking's not going to be an issue.
I don't know
And
about that.
if I'm looking at them sky shots correctly, it looks like there's trails that go through the woods to get to the field. So you're not taking shuttles. It looks like it's just a lot easier to get around if you want to go kind of field hop and watch games. That's what it looks like from the sky shots.
I'm gonna talk to Abigail Tito. Me, you know, I do investigative reporting. Abigail, I actually did go and look at the pricing. It was about, and look, again, bottom line, I understand they got to meet it. It's about $11,000 to rent all the fields in the stadium for one day. Roughly about $11,000 for one day. Now, I don't know how many things Pop Warner got planned over the week. I know they added flag football. Shout out for them for adding that. I think that's going to be dope. I got a lot of people asking me about that already. They're adding flag, and I think that if they're doing 7 days, $11,000, we're talking $77,000. If I'm sure they may have gotten a deal, but if I'm going off the prices that's set on their package when you're reserving the field, that's somewhere in the upwards to $70,000 to $80,000. That's an expensive week, so they got to meet their bottom line. I do understand that. I will say this, Tito. I think Pop Warner needs to get away from my own personal opinion. I think they need to distance themselves from Citrus Sports. I had so many people call me and tell me, even you had called me when you saw it. Citrus Sports. Why is Citrus Sports? I don't know what Citrus Sports did a lot. Certain individuals in Citrus Sports did a lot, and they didn't bring good customer relations. And so I think that if I was in Pop Warner, I'd want to hit a reset. And the last thing I'm going to say is this, Tito, before I turn it over. They need to stop blaming Steve Strawbridge on this one. It's no way that this man got in a month and made this
happen.
Y'all all of a sudden saying John Butler would never. John Butler would never. Look, I think, this is my opinion, I think Steve stepped into a job with an RFP that was already signed. If any of you guys got a job, or if any of you guys have ever dealt with RFPs, I do. Those things don't happen in a month.
They don't.
It's a process.
And I'm going to tell you like this.
RFPs. So I think Steve is going to try to, obviously he's head now. He has to lead that.
I'll
but
tell
Steve,
you like this.
I don't think Steve.
I knew something was up.
Spearheaded. He may like it, but I don't think he spearheaded it.
I knew something was up when there was no vendors the last 2 days of the tournament. Remember I told you? I said, yo, there's no vendors out here.
Yep.
No vendors the last 2 days of the tournament. I think they couldn't wait to get this tournament over with because this was waiting in the wings. You know what I mean? Like, this deal was cut months ago, is my point. So for anybody to say it's the new leadership, we can't put this on them because this just didn't happen yesterday or in the last week or the last month. If you did your research, you see there was an article in November talking about the renovation of Camping World. This deal had to been talked about way back then. So whoever was involved in that then is whoever pushed this thing forward. It can't be who just came on, the new leadership. There's no way, because this thing been going on.
FSD is still managing the event. All right, so let me answer
FCS.
a question.
Who's FCS? What's she talking about? FCS.
I think that's Citrus Sports, Florida Citrus Sports.
Okay.
a young lady asked me, and I'm going to address this. A young lady asked me, is it true that Pop Warner will start, or let me rephrase it because so many people went crazy and got mad, I'm sure. Was it true? Let me say this. I got in my inbox a blurb. I sent it to our chat, by the way, that said Pop Warner will now start 7/15. It didn't mean that every Pop Warner team must start on July 15th.
They're just allowed. That's the earliest you can
You can
start.
start July 15th, the 17th, August 1st. You can start practicing August 28th. That is a league down to association, down to regional league association decision. That's on them. But Pop Warner did say that. They did not move the age group, to my knowledge. And I
No,
asked,
still 7:31, but nothing changed.
7:30. The only thing that changes 8. They went back 15 days.
Right. Well, they went to it makes sense.
Eight.
AYF and UYF is starting, and they just put yourselves in a competitive market with them. That's all they did. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't even need 1,000 comments. It's not that big of a deal. Those of us that were in AYF, like I was for 20 years until the last 5, we always started mid-July. This is not new. So people need to stop. Oh, my vacation. This is what when football starts. You got to make the choice if you want your kid there or not. They're not going to change it because you're going to be on vacation July 15th. That's not how it works. We got a problem. Our All-Star event is the 14th. Who's going to want to come back Monday and coach football? Usually we get a couple weeks off. We got a problem. We could be crying about it. We host the biggest youth football event in New England on the 2 days before, the day before, whenever that Saturday falls. We got an issue, but you just got to roll with the punches. That's how this thing works.
Look, I think that people have to calm down. But I'm going to say this. I didn't get my thoughts. I was highly upset. I don't care what y'all think out there. I'm one of those people that actually did go and brought my family and wanted to go to Disney World. I've never been to Pop Warner Nationals in Orlando and never went to not brought my family to Disney World or Universal or the Christmas night party at what is it called? At the castle.
SeaWorld?
No.
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom, right? We do park hopper passes. I'm one of those guys. I love it. I mean, Tito, how many times I go to Disney World a year?
Too much, right?
Way too many, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a Disney World person.
I've never seen an adult or adults because it's not just him; it's his partner too. I've never seen adults more ecstatic about going to. If you've been to one amusement park, you've been to a mall, even Disney. I hate to tell people, but I'm always out there too. I hate going to any of those parks. I dread it.
Question, and I like the question because I have daughters in cheer and they was down there. They said, where is cheer going to be held? Now, somebody said to me, Tito, elite president, the Charlotte Convention Center is one of the dopest convention centers in the world.
I've heard that before. Bro, there's people that have been all in my inbox telling me Charlotte's like a dope place, period. And I believe it. I went to Raleigh, Durham for a coaching clinic in 2018 to see Coach Wyatt, Hugh Wyatt, my mentor, OG coach in Raleigh, Durham. And I love the Raleigh, Durham area. Now I'm hearing Charlotte is much more of a city type atmosphere. So I'm actually excited to see how this goes. That's not a wild statement about Disney, LJ. Y'all dudes are way over. Disney ain't been updated since I was a little kid.
That is not true, Tito. Okay. They done opened up new. Do not get me started.
You can only enjoy one part. But anyways, we're not in Disney no more. We're in Charlotte. Everybody needs to get over it. The shit's in Charlotte. Get over it. We're going to North Kakalaki in December. Bring your hoodies, your bubble coats, and your Scullies because you're gonna need them.
All right. Anyway, the convention center looks big. They made $126 million convention center expansion. I mean, if you care about that, look, I mean, it looks to be a night. I mean, look, cheer at National Pop Warner to me always did an amazing job.
Right, but
I don't think they fell off from too far from Disney to when they left. The experience did. I don't think they fell off too far from what they the experience they give the kids, though. Now, the part that suck is we're still not close to football. And so what happens, Tito, is I'll give you an example. I remember a year we was on field 17, and it might have been Milford. We were in Southern at the time, and it might have been Milford. And what happened was we were playing on national TV. Milford, this is ESPN Wide World of Sports. Milford was able to come down. We didn't have cheerleaders at the time in Hartford. So I was like, hey, y'all want to cheer for us at our game? Same league, so they just rocked out with us. That right there, and being a father this year, you already know this. We had 2 Hartford football teams and 3 cheerleading teams. I got to watch 2 of the teams, but the one my daughter was on, they put the Hartford Hurricanes 12U at 8:30, Hartford Hurricanes 9U at 8:30, and the Hartford Hurricanes Tiny Mike cheer team cheered at 8:30. And so I was unable, Tito, to watch my 12U play and be there, or to watch my own daughter cheer because I was at the 9U game coaching. And so I think that's, I think that I would have wished cheer was a little closer, but that's just me. And that it's not close to no league nationwide. I mean, AYF got it, 4 hours away? And then UYFL is still 30, 40 minutes from. So I think that, look, Naire's on it, boy. Southern people are on it. I think that, this is the new way cheer and football is going to exist.
Well, didn't you say part of the perks of why maybe it was you or somebody else might have told me, I don't know, but isn't the cheer now going to have the availability to go right from the hotel to walk to the convention center? Like they don't need transportation? Is going to be that close?
Somebody posted that cheer was going to be close to the convention center. Somebody put it on
right. I think that'll be dope if they're housing the girls right there and they just walk out their hotel and go.
If somebody posted
if
it's true, that'll be dope.
That's true. That makes life a heck of a lot easier, at least for cheer. If it's only the football coaches that got to come over to see their daughters and drive, I think that, that could be a plus.
Yes.
I can't believe LJ and them. I didn't know we had so many Disney guys. Now I got to reconsider my friendship with all you guys that love Disney so much.
Tito, by the way, Tito takes his daughter to Universal, calls me from Universal with his daughter and say, I'm never coming to this damn park ever again, bro. This is my last time ever coming to a park.
It is. I'm even convinced it's the last.
The Grinch in live. Hey, y'all, I'm about to post the link. If you want to come on live, come. You got a minute. I'm going to post the link as we keep talking and somebody jump in. You got to have your camera on. I'm going to post the link.
Yeah, no, definitely, Gil. There's something to that. There's something to that too. But I listen, what if it works?
I don't think they're going to go back to
everybody's looking at the negative. What if this thing turns out to be a beautiful deal over there?
Then we're going to be pissed again because they're going to move in 2 years.
I'm just saying, what if it works out?
No, listen, the convention center is sitting downtown right with the hotels.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So the convention center is where all the action happened.
Oh, how far is Mecklenburg County from the convention center?
Let's Google it.
Well, I'm sure he can answer it. Don't he run the football league over there in Charlotte, that area?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, no, I think that's homie that he run the league, or he's a president, something.
NC Convention Center to where?
Mecklenburg, the Mecklenburg Sportsplex. Or Mecklenburg County, something like that.
It is 19 minutes driving.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and 19 minutes is closer than what it was in Orlando. Trust me, I was one of the few that had to go. So it was she said about 25 minutes. I think that's around
that's
the same.
Not bad. I mean, listen.
25 to 30 minutes.
That's about what it was.
Times are off.
That's about what it was over there. I mean,
let me show. I think y'all times are off. Kebby and Garrett.
If you never made it before,
update their computers. 19 minutes. I don't know what y'all doing. I'm gonna have to talk to Mike Lass about that. But tell this Bori to get
Body. Puerto Rican. That's Puerto Rican. A mess hat.
My fault.
I'll be rocking them every once in a while. I rock with anything New York.
My fault. I think it's great for y'all. Give the Southern kids some nippy weather for once. New England practices in the snow, career 80-degree weather, hydration is real. It is, but listen, y'all. I had this conversation, and I'm about to upset all of New England, Tito, but I'm gonna just do it. You ready? I have never seen a New England team since I've been going to nationals since 2012 every year, Tito, lose a game because of the weather. I've never seen a team that was about to win and they stud got dehydrated and he passed out and then Florida ran for the touchdown and we were going to win, but he was dehydrated. Y'all cut the it does affect our kids, but y'all ain't been losing because it's weather, bro. Like, we got to stop losing that excuse. That's an embarrassing excuse.
Or the diet.
Yes,
I've even heard it
does affect us. We got to hydrate our kids so we're in shape. You didn't lose because of weather.
You got to watch
it out up north, teams.
You got to watch what you eat. I've heard that one down south. We got to change the diet. We got to change the diet.
I don't want to piss everybody off, bro, but we didn't lose. We didn't lose because of weather. Like, let's be real. We didn't lose because of weather, bro. And we got to stop using that as an excuse because down south is killing us in the chats. They're killing us in the chats.
Well, let's see if they honor for 36 years or 35 years.
Well, I wasn't saying you, Giselle.
Everybody has to go to Florida. I hope on the back end here they honor the competitive spirit and show up to North Carolina.
Phil, I ain't say y'all gonna catch no damn pneumonia, Polo. What are you talking about?
Nah, y'all gotta come. Y'all gotta come get this Eastern smoke.
It should be a better football event, Mike Brazinio said. I don't know if Charlotte has a fleet of rentals and definitely fewer flights.
Well, no, but speaking of that, believe it or not, there's two different airports that outside of Charlotte International, there's two other airports that fly into Charlotte.
I will say this, Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte, you guys better have rental cars up the wazoo. Bring all the rental cars you can in. Bring them in. Bring all the rental cars in. Bring them in. You're going to need them. You're going to need the rental cars. Hey, if National Pop Warner is listening, Tito, I want to offer them some advice. Can I do that? Give me a second. National Pop Warner, this is Phil Bryant. I'm the Prez. I'm Mr. Above 140. I talk to a lot of the parents that participate in National Pop Warner. I talk to a lot of league presidents and association presidents, vice presidents. I talk to a lot of coaches and I talk to a lot of families and players. I only got one suggestion. And I know I'm going to get killed by Nash on the chat, but it's okay. I'm talking to y'all. I've been talking to some people in North Carolina, and they said Carowinds opens up in December. Buy out the park on Tuesday and Wednesday and have your Pop Warner party. I'm one of those guys that I have kids right now that's playing Division I football that played in your league for major colleges. And the thing they talk about is remembering the time that they all were walking around the park, acting crazy, doing stuff. And it may have been Disney, but even if it's Carowinds, I'm sure that in 8 years or 7 years or 6 years when they're playing college football and they playing with somebody or against somebody that they played in Florida, they'll say, yo, remember we was walking around and we was talking junk and yo, you was scared to get on that ride? Just saying. That's my little piece of advice. I am big on the entertainment. I think you guys, looking at the facility I'm going to give you with the stadium, I think the stadium is going to look more packed, Tito, so I think that could be a good thing, right? It's not as big as Camping World, but with the turf in the stadium, it look like it might have a Teletron, people. I don't know. My second suggestion is, if that is a Teletron, make it a Teletron. Let kids run up to the camera and put up their signs. And you know, this is for Luca, by the way, LA. But put up their signs and all of that. I think it'll be a dope environment. And lastly, only at National Pop Warner, maybe you guys should record some of the footage with a drone while it's going on and release that in your video, not in ours, because we ain't gonna get that footage. So that's my declaration to Pop Warner.
You think they're gonna bring the interviews back and all the after game stuff they used to do?
Won't they let us do it? We'll set up shop, Pop Warner. We'll set up shop inside the stadium. We'll do your post-game interview, your halftime interview, and your pre-game interviews.
No, you
There
signed
you
up
go.
for that. I ain't signed up for that. I'm just
There you
asking
go.
if you think they're gonna do it.
CIA was a vibe. Where we at with this?
CIAA in Charlotte was a vibe. I have no idea.
She said, Charlotte is one of the largest international airport hubs in the United States. Garrett said they better have us Panther game tickets. I know that would be a great package along with the Charlotte Hornets. That would be good.
Bobcats, dog. The Bobcats. The Hornets ain't been around forever.
Charlotte Bobcats? I don't watch basketball, except if the Lakers is on. I've definitely seen Southern teams lose in colder weather as well. I mean, Southern teams always lose in cold weather. Cold weather. That I never said they don't lose in cold weather, Neff. UYFL and AYF are about to get more Southern teams. And don't forget, Cam Newton has a national championship now. That is true. What is it, CN1 or something like that? But, I mean, his thing is taking off more and more. Online, I don't know what teams are going to participate in it. I thought his was flagged, though. I will say they can accommodate the rental capacity in hotel hubs. I hope so. They will have Golden Corral all set. Hey, upstairs in your room.
They have a Golden Corral right outside of the
outside. They have
right outside the Sportsplex.
Didn't they host the NBA All-Stars there? I think that they should have good resources. I don't know. Did they host the NBA All-Stars?
No, bro, I've heard that Charlotte, you know Coach Sims, my coach. He's from North Carolina. He said
Go ahead.
He told me Charlotte is absolutely a metropolis, bro. Like it's very much a very big city. I would assume they're going to be able to handle this event. The other thing you got to take consideration, all the guys coming up from Northeast, North, it's only a 10, 11-hour drive. There's going to be a lot of people driving in rentals from up this way. So I don't think it's going to be nowhere near the cluster of people they get like when you go into Orlando, when you got to fly into Orlando, deal with tourists, Disney, all of that. I think this may be easier on folks. I want to believe that. I don't know that for sure. I'm waiting for more details like everybody else. But I think this could work if everybody gives it a chance.
Hey, Tom, let me say something. I don't think people go to Charlotte to eat Chinese food, Tom.
Nah, nobody go. You going to get barbecue.
Last I went, it was, okay. We drove to NC from Rhode Island tournament. It wasn't bad. It's not bad. I think it's like 10 hours or 11 hours.
No,
Brent,
they got
bleachers, please. Yes, Kebby, they will.
Kebby, I believe they have seating. I mean, we looked at this.
No, the stadium does.
I don't want nobody to think we've looked at this. Even those fields don't got. They got to have to bring in bleachers for the event. I mean, I would assume all those fields are gonna have bleachers, dog.
Well, they didn't on some of the pictures that was released. They didn't have bleachers at the fields, so you know, I would assume that they got to bring in some bleachers. I mean, you know, that's what you got to do, right? I'll give an example, Tito. Let me share my screen. So as we talk about the facility, right? Let me make this a little, blow it up. So if you look at this the stadium obviously has seating. This is what I think is a dope vibe. And I was told today that this is turf. Right?
Yeah.
I was told today this is turf. And look, this is what I mean, y'all. This looks like a Teletron. It looked like it's showing the field. That's dope. We've never had a Teletron at Nationals. We've had a Teletron in an All-Star game because we provide a unique experience in the state of Connecticut. So Tito, if you look at this, there's no stands.
Yeah, but that's a bare picture. I would assume they got at least a couple bleachers on each side of those fields.
They removed them?
They move them, bro. I mean, I've seen that.
There's still over here with no bleachers as well. Look, maybe they got them. I hope they're going to have them. Pop Warner's not going to have people.
They're not going to not have.
Right.
Even in Camping World.
Irv Gotti.
Yeah, definitely. I was hoping that was fake news, but yeah, rest in peace, Irv Gotti. Definitely. I was hoping that was fake news. Pivotal presence in hip hop in the 90s. It's unfortunate.
I don't have that confirmed on anything, so I'm gonna hold off.
Me neither. I looked on the wiki. I told you, but anyways, getting back to that.
Yeah,
bro. Even at Camping World.
No, they the Hornets now.
Oh,
they the
even
Hornets,
at Camping World. even at Camping World.
Got me calling NBA teams out of their mind. He said they the
Bro,
Hornets.
we talking about football. Forget all that, man.
Nah,
Even
you
at
knew
Camping World, they
correctly
had
and
bleachers.
publicly, and
bro.
then
I don't care about the NBA, bro. Who cares?
I
Who
but just,
cares?
just
They have bleachers at Camping World. Why wouldn't they have bleachers at a national championship at a
Bro,
sport?
there's no bleachers, Tito. I don't know. Ask them. I'm not the facility, bro. The
That dude's
facility
be-
doesn't
y'all
have
be worried
bleachers.
about the wrong shit.
How you worried about the wrong shit? They don't got bleachers. What you want people to show up and bring out a fucking chair?
I'm sure they're gonna have bleachers for the tournament, dog. I'm sure
You're
they're gonna have-
saying it, and what did she say? Bring them in. That's what they got to do, dog. I don't know what you
sure
want me
they
to do, dog. They don't have bleachers. Let's Google them. Now you want me? Now you getting me hot because you want me to Google Mecklenburg County, and I'm gonna Google
not-
some events.
You ain't gotta Google it. They're gonna
No,
have
no. Let's Google it since you know that they got bleachers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have bleachers, dog.
You know they got bleachers when they there, right? Let's Google all the events that's there. Let's go through some pictures. I'm gonna share live. We're gonna see this. This is the stadium. I mean, Tito, what do you want me to do? She said, bring the bleachers, man.
Oh, you better bring your lawn chairs then. They
Yo, but I'm gonna
$5.
tell you something though.
They
Tito.
$5. They $5 at
I'm gonna tell you
what's
something.
that?
This
The
right
Five
here.
Below?
Wow, there's no bleachers. This right here looks like the there's a football. Hold on. That's a football.
No, that's a lacrosse or whatever they play.
No. Let me go back. This is a football goalpost.
Yeah.
Now, this reminds me of the old ESPN field where you would walk and see multiple games going on both sides. That reminds me of ESPN. Let's keep reading. To be honest, every single last one of my cheerleaders missed the Pop Warner party this year. I don't think place of choice matter. Our girls barely got on rides, but to jam out in the middle of SeaWorld with nothing but other cheerleaders and football players around was an awesome experience. That's what I mean by the experience. Charlotte Hornets, yeah, they on UT. Bobcats back to Hornets. See, you correcting me. This is gonna go down in history with clips. We're gonna be on reels. I would love to see Pop Warner party, but that is all about the kids with setup activities, fun activities, games, music. A big vibe, just letting kids be, meeting the Carolina Panthers, maybe. That's true. And let's not forget mingling with one another as coaches, cheerleading coaches, the whole vibe was. Tito, they haven't been a Bobcat in years. you don't watch the NBA.
I don't even care.
Maybe local colleges, it would be fun. That's true.
I had to watch 3 high school
He
basketball
said they
games
had
last
the
week.
NBA All-Star game and March Madness. Wow. Okay, maybe they can't handle it. Charlotte hosts numerous national events. The Queen City is ready. We just got to find a way to get Florida out their system.
Well, it's out the system. It ain't there this year. It's out the system. It's not there. And nobody's more pissed about it than me. It was 10 minutes. 10 minutes
Hey,
with my
T,
doing
can I
that.
tell him? Let me tell y'all something. So Tuesday morning, I sent Tito a text. Boom.
No, we was on the phone.
I said we was on the phone. No, I texted you. You said, "Is this true?" And you called me. Tito called me as a man on fire. Y'all think Denzel was a man on fire? Tito was on fire. You hear me? What the hell? My vacation. They ruined it, bro. It's over. He was dropping bombs. And I was crying, real tears on the ground, rolling around. I was trying to leave to go to work. I am crying. Tito all day, he was on fire. And then after like 2 hours, I said, T, did you finally get it all out? Bro, I don't know what's going on anymore. He was on fire. Nobody was more mad than Tito was. And then the rigor mortis set in, and now he's better. That's what's going on.
Bro,
I'm a swerve bend that corner. Whoa. Shout out to Jello. We went down to Florida last year. It was 20 in Connecticut, and it was 86 and 97 humidity. Our boys were dragging. You know what? It's about time to let the Southern teams feel the stress of the climate. Did it get up there? When did it get up to 80?
It got to 70. A couple days it got hot. It got hot during the day, but once the sun went down, it got cold. But that's how Charlotte.
Listen, I played at 8:30 in the morning. My games were 50, 60 degrees.
I'm gonna anticipate that's
You
how
was at
Charlotte.
my game, What had to be 55 degrees?
I don't think there's gonna be snow in Charlotte in December. I'm just being honest. I don't think everybody thinks there's gonna be snow. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be cold in the morning. It'll warm up during the day, and at night you're gonna need to put your hoodie back on. It's not a big deal.
Shantae, you were in Charlotte. Tell us some of the things for families to do. I want anybody out there that know. Hopefully, lessons learned. Demel Turner, shout out to ATL. They have bleachers only in the stadium, Tito.
All right.
The football facilities look much better. I didn't see a single sand pit. That's true.
They typically, hold on. Hall just said they typically bring bleachers in. Let's be real, guys. You don't think that Pop Warner is going to put together
let me tell you why they're saying that.
A proper structure. I don't care what they're saying.
No, I'm telling you. Bro,
Pop Warner's going to bring bleachers in. I'm telling you.
They didn't the first time we was at Camping World. That's why they saying it, dog. At Camping World, you had to stand up.
I was there the first time.
So it's possible. Wouldn't you have said the same thing about Camping World?
No, because the first time was in 2021. I was there. There was a couple bleachers on each side. Now, was it great? No. But there was a couple bleachers on each side, bro. Even on field one, the one field everybody hated with the sand pit.
There was
two bleachers, and then they had the seats on the end
lawn
zone.
chairs out there.
Well, whatever, but there was bleachers. They're gonna have some kind of bleachers.
Okay. Tito said they're gonna have bleachers. I believe they're gonna have bleachers too. I'm just saying it's not a wild statement to ask them to bring bleachers.
I think people need to give it a chance. You need to get over it because the shit's in North Carolina. That's the bottom line.
ESPN Field 1 had a Teletron, did they? I didn't remember. I don't remember that, Kevin. I thought they
the big one. The Field 1 had the big one.
I think you mean Field 17.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember they did. One of them fields in Wild World of Sports had.
Better bring these chairs in the trunk when y'all drive down. Phil, with that smirk and smile, that's pissing people off. I know. It's okay. They can always bring bleachers. Of course, they're going to bring in bleachers, guys. I agree. Y'all making it seem like I don't agree with Tito. I just like arguing with them. They don't have bleachers at the field on their virtual tour except for the stadium. Okay. Let's get them. Boom. Arky. Great restaurants in Charlotte. Okay, Arky, name 5. Help us out. What was that statement? If a team is competing for a national championship, there is little to no time for parties.
I agree with that.
True.
I agree.
True. But, hey, Dennis, here's my point. People oftentimes go down there with a football player and bring their wife and kids. Outside of you being a coach and leaving Tito with your kid, let's say, Tito, you down at Nationals. If I leave you with my son, just because my son locked in and y'all locked in, don't mean I shouldn't have nothing to do. That's my point. That's what I'm getting at. There should be an experience for the family, and in return, it's an incentive for Pop Warner people to bring their families to the Pop Warner National event. That's all I'm saying. Like, you should be incentivized, Tito, to want to bring your daughter and your son and your significant other to Pop Warner because it's an event. For the kids and the coaches, yes, we realize they're there to play football. But we know so many other people come to this event. And there's a lot of downtime. I don't know what the schedule going to be. But there's no games on Monday and Tuesday. On Monday and Thursday.
No, and Wednesday. Because you play 2 days.
Wednesday. Monday and Thursday are the 2 days off.
Right, something like that. There's a 2 days off. I know that, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Monday, Thursday. Yeah.
And so on those days, okay, the kids you may not let them go wild out at a park, but I don't think families should be cooped up. That's all I'm saying. That complex is holding a D2 soccer tournament. I want to make it happen. Nephew, sound like you having fun. Jump over to the dark side, baby. I love the positivity on this right now. Y'all doing all you can. No. Listen, me and Tito don't speak to nobody at Pop Warner Nationals and we take orders from or tell us to roll out any specific policy.
What are we left to do? Those of us in the Pop Warner, what are we left to do? Honestly, what are we left to do? You could cry and complain. What's that going to get? The event moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. All we could do is put our faith in the fact that it's going to be a great national championship. Like I said, from the looks of it, looking at the pictures, I suggested we go down there. I've already suggested that to my partner here. It's in the works, but either way, from the looks of it, it looks like it will be more convenient, I believe, for the people that are there to watch football. If you're there to spend the week watching football, I believe from the looks of it, from the looks of what I'm looking at from these aerial views, we got a virtual tour that we saw. It looks like it's going to be more convenient for the football fan. That's all it looks like. And I'm not saying that's true or not true, but it looks like it may be more convenient.
Brian, I blame you. You suggested this, and I was rag-a-tagging you online, about that idea, and they did it. So I blame you. Do realize that there was less than 100 people in the stands at Camping World with fit that 60,000. I agree. I think that, like I just said, I think the stadium, you'll feel a different feel. Well, why not Naples? Because that's AYF. Let them have what they got. They can go to the beach for 7 days. It ain't nothing to do there either. No lawn chairs in the coaches box. Headphones. Is it coming to Pop Warner 2020? Let me stop because y'all get mad about that. Nobody from Orlando came to the games. The energy was terrible. Burning Charlotte, the entire city will come out for this. Oh, let's hope. I hope the food in the convention center is good. My cheerleaders was highly disappointed with the choices. Hey, I want to say something else. Can I say something to National Pop Warner? A cheerleading coach said this to me. I want to relay a message that a cheerleading coach said to me. She said, Phil, we showed up on Thursday because that was our day to participate. So we got in on Wednesday. She said, I advised all of my parents on Wednesday that they should buy their shirts and T-shirts and everything so they don't run out. But when they arrived Wednesday, everything was sold out. She felt it was unfair that some people's coming in on Wednesday because they're not scheduled to Thursday and everything's sold out. So Pop Warner, please stop and bring more T-shirts. The blankets was there. She said she got blankets. She said they had no T-shirts and hoodies, and they kept being told, go to the website, go to the website, go to the website, and her parents was furious. I do agree that or hold some every day. Hold a minimum amount. Sell a minimum amount every day, Tito, so everybody gets some access to it. Knowing that cheerleaders don't perform to Thursday, to sell all out on the first day, that means it's an advantage for those that perform first. They can buy everything up, and the people that come in later in the week on your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, they have no access for nothing. I was asked to share that message. I'm just sharing it. Do not shoot the messenger. We here to help share information. If you know somebody at Nationals and they're not watching, please tell them. Brian, I don't even like food. The only thing that will be missing is the international food. Man, it's a win. Go home. Got to make it out of state first. Stop all the crying. It's football, hot or cold. True. They sold out on Tuesday, Tito, and they mailed the wrong color hoodies when they did it. All right, Tito. Pop Warner is now in North Carolina.
Embrace it.
Last year,
embrace it.
Drove out.
That's over. Last year's over.
We drove out.
I told you 2025 starting off, it's going all downhill already. So let's not keep touching on it.
You and I flew to the we started early going to Orlando. We went to the coaches clinic in February.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Then we doubled back.
Well, I went on vacation in May. I went on
vacation in April.
Right.
You went on May. We did a podcast live when we were there in February, right?
Yeah, when we went
to the stadium.
No, that was 2 years ago. 2023. Okay. We did it from the stadium.
But we went by the field. We were concerned because we saw the condition even in April. Right. I mean, February or whatever. What do y'all think? Y'all think Tito and I should fly out to North Carolina and do a live reporting from the facility? I think we're going to do that. Tell us what y'all think. Should Tito and I fly out and go down there to see what's going on?
Yo, for us in Connecticut, it's very affordable to get down there, and we got direct. I told you, if we fly out to Tweed, we get right in 30 minutes from where the Plex is. We fly into that Charlotte Concord Airport.
You're welcome, Ashley. Hey, everybody. Ashley, I wasn't going to call you out, but since you said it, Ashley Lowe was the young lady, a cheerleading coach that I work with, that asked me to put out there because she would like it. You know, she makes nationals. Ashley do a thing. Shout out to West Haven cheerleaders. She would like to just have the ability to buy stuff when she get down to nationals. She wants to support the brand. She wants to support the national tournament, but you know, she never have access to because the stuff is gone. And so that's what she would like. Raleigh is better than Charlotte. I'll take your word for it.
Raleigh's a beautiful. I've been to Raleigh, Durham. It's a beautiful. That was a beautiful area. I'm not going to front. But like I said, I spoke to people from North Carolina. Charlotte is very much a metropolis, so I would take. Absolutely, you can take 25. People do it all the time. People do it all the time. Out
in New Haven? Oh no, New Haven.
Yeah, West Haven.
West Haven
flew out of.
West Haven flew out of Tweed, I believe. LJ, you could do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be stuffy, but you could do it.
Yes. Take advantage. There are no bleachers. Start hustling lawn chairs like Disney does electric wheelchair strollers. There'll be bleachers, everybody. Bleachers is a hot topic tonight. I think it's trending. Charlotte is Atlanta's little brother. Pop Warner. Pop moved this. Pop Warner. I think he's saying Pop Warner need to move
to ATL.
Atlanta. I drive to Orlando every year. I'm looking forward to a shorter drive. Yeah, I think driving for us in New England. I guess what I want to ask, if you're in Florida or you're on the West Coast or you're in Texas, does it concern you guys with it being in North Carolina as opposed to Florida? West Haven Seahawks, JoJo. I'm going to take to Walmart on day one and buy up all the lawn chairs and sell them at the field. I told you, chairs is a hot topic. So Tito, your concern was with the Florida teams in the West Coast.
Well, yeah, no, my only concern is, and I mean, we already heard that one big one ain't going nowhere, so that made me feel a little better. I mean, are the big name teams from the West Coast and Texas, are they still going to show up? Are they still going to show up, or people going to run for other pastures? I mean, that's going to remain to be seen. But there's positive reinforcement from California. I know it don't matter to certain people.
Really doesn't matter to us.
But I always enjoy more than anything seeing the teams from the West Coast, because I've told you many times, my limit on the plane is 3 hours. So that limits me to Florida, Puerto Rico. If it don't fall within 3 hours, I ain't going. Never. I'm never going to the West Coast. I'm never going to Vegas. I'm never going to none of those places. It's too long of a plane ride. So for me, this works. Now, is this going to work for people that have to come from over there? I mean, that's a question. That's a question I'm concerned about. Are we still going to get the draw from Santa Cruz in that area, the Atherton, Menlo Atherton?
Oh, Tito, that was your favorite team right there.
Who? Oceanside was last year.
The Pink and Teal team.
Oh, no, that was Pink and Teal was Santa Margarita.
Tito thought you guys had the hottest uniforms. He's been badgering me ever since to go get some new uniforms to compete with y'all. I think it's the same amount of time. It may be flying. It is. Why I think of North Carolina, I need to get better with my map of the U.S. I need to get better with my states. North Carolina's on the East Coast. So, but I guess I can see why a plane would be the same. It's going across instead of going down. What about Pacific Northwest?
Well,
Yep, that's Santa Margarita.
Yeah, nothing.
Wait until next year. What y'all doing? Inbox me.
Oh no, they did.
As long as West Chase is still playing, I'm good. We won our get back in North Carolina 2025. Shout out to the Harper Hurricanes 13U. If you have 13U and D1 in New England, get your stuff together. Good luck. Matt, what up, Matt?
Kennedy? What up, Kennedy? What's that say for SoCal? What's he
Southern
saying?
California.
Y'all in or out? What does that mean?
Going from Southern California to North Carolina is the same time as going to Florida, he said.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Flying. Driving to Orlando to Charlotte is almost 8 hours. Miami to Charlotte is 11. Listen, nowadays I'm rethinking every plane ride, so it's okay for me. At least I can drive from Connecticut overnight to, yeah, a lot of people feel like it. That was me. I'm the Hurricanes cheer fan club president. Brad Fire. Hey, Wisconsin stoked in the comments. Listen, that's what
I believe nobody, like in my opinion, all that shit that we was reading on the Pop Warner pages yesterday, I think was complete just shit talk by a bunch of people that ain't involved with Pop Warner. I believe this is gonna help Pop Warner to an extent, and I believe all the big guys are gonna still stay the course. I don't think that everybody's gonna go running for Florida Elite and all this thing like people are hearing. I think the guys that are like Pop Warner are going to stay in Pop Warner. I believe that. And people will just adapt. That's just what it's going to be.
I do not believe. Look, I say this all. I just said this to someone in Pop Warner that holds a position of importance. I said, listen, it's okay for people to be mad. We have this culture in America, and it affects us in youth football, that if someone is mad, we feel like we need to do something to make them feel better. We don't. If you make a decision, right, wrong, or indifferent, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. Now, I wasn't happy about the move. Honestly, it was personal. I am not thinking, or I'm not privy to all of the things that maybe they're privy to. Now, they had to move. I don't think that they could get back the convention center or the Camping World. So a move was needed. Obviously, I'm going to say it before y'all start saying it. Everybody and their mother wants to go back to Disney World. I get it. I do too. But in the absence of that, I don't think that Pop Warner could have made the right decision. Wherever they went, people were going to have a problem. Because I'm going to tell you right now, had they went to California, the East Coast would be raving about how much further away they went. They could have went to Disneyland, and the East Coast would have went crazy. The East Coast teams would have went crazy on how it's bad and it costs money and all of these things. And stop saying, I seen this on social media, stop saying North Carolina is the central location towards United States population. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's not sensible for somebody that live in Cali or in Oregon or Arizona or New Mexico. I'm not saying Pop Warner need to move it to the central location of the United States that look to be around Kansas or Missouri, and I'm not interested in going there. I'm just saying it's at a location. It didn't matter where they moved it. I wasn't going to be unhappy because it wasn't in Disney World, me personally. And I'm sure half of these people were. Most people, change is difficult to accept, right? A lot of people are conservatives when it comes to their change. And I just think that this is one of those situations where it's conservative about your change. Let's keep reading. Where we at? Big dogs want to play the best. True. So I think they should stay. If the Super Bowl wasn't in the city, you wanted it to play in it, and you made it, are you just not going to? This? If the Super Bowl wasn't in the city you wanted to play in, and you made it, are you just, if the Super Bowl wasn't in the city and you won, would you? I mean, that's different, OJ. That's the Super Bowl. Come on. Colts are prepping for the road to North Carolina 2025. That is the Colts 12U talking, not the 13U. I know that to be true because that's my boy Moises. Is it Moses or Moises? I don't know. But he coached 12U. Shout out to him, defending national champion. Only ones mad about the move is the Southeast region. I was like Tito, the initial shock overtook me, but I can see the benefits now. And most people feel like that. I'm ready for NC. The nightlife for the parents, holiday lights, good food, Southern hospitality. I'm here for it all. Cheer, will eat regardless. That's also the Hurricanes. I mean, I would have been okay with Hawaii. Yes, Kevy. You and I both would have been okay with Hawaii. Universal Epic Universe is opening in May. That is going to draw even more people to Orlando in 2025. That could have been a factor, by the way, for them moving out, Tito. You had said that earlier too, Tito. Maybe it was getting too crowded. That bill will be different. Ain't nobody leaving Pop Warner. That's just some coaches talking. But coaches don't make those decisions. Only president and organizations can make the call. That's another thing, Tito. I saw the clowning from guys and other. You're muted, Tito. I saw the clowning from guys in other programs that struggle to get 8 games, but clown a national tournament about 3 games in 1 week. Like, yo, you guys, like Gil said it best. There's guys up here clowning the thought process, and they can't even get 8 games in 3 months.
Bro, there's dudes, right? There was dudes particularly from our area, worried about what we doing when I'm guaranteeing you they not getting 8 games. They not getting 8 games, like you said, in 4 months. Not right. 4 months, forget 3. They're not getting 8 games in 4 months.
They won't get 8 different opponents in 4 months, but a clown somebody that
no, they're gonna play one of those teams 3 or 4 times.
1 week.
Play one of those teams 3 or 4 times.
100%.
But
a clown with decisions say it's dead. What are you talking about?
Bro, I
You're
guarantee,
just sitting around playing Tito
guarantee,
Phil, and waiting for 1 week in Orlando.
I guarantee nobody leaves Pop Warner. I think the event may work. I know it will work. It's a better complex. I think that it's gonna be. We just got to give it a shot. Listen, if it don't work, you know I'll be the first one flaming it as soon as we get back. But I think that it was kind of the move. I think Florida. I go to Florida all the time. I'm in Orlando. It's getting way too pricey, so I could only imagine at that level of where the prices were going to run that event in Orlando. The whole Orlando area has gotten ridiculous price-wise. There's been a big boom in that area where everything is up, way up. So I could only imagine what it was going to cost to keep running that event in Orlando. This may work out for everybody, and it's really going to work out if the price tag is lesser for all of us that consistently go. If it works out for your pockets, it works out easier for your organization. How is this not a win?
Hey, I want to send a rest in peace shout out. They confirmed.
It's confirmed. Yeah, it's confirmed.
Everybody, TMZ, Hollywood Studios, New York Post. You know, he one of the great music producers of our time. Whether you like what he does, whether you don't like him, the young man was a music producer. He's very young, 54 years old. We got guys up here older than 54 still coaching. So, you know, that's a sad moment, regardless of what you think about the man. You know, you don't want to see nobody that been such pivotal in hip-hop culture and inner city community culture, you know, die. That's kind of, anyway, I don't want to mess this up. Disney said F them kids and gave Pop Warner the boot and took the NBA money during the COVID year. Well, I don't think Pop Warner was going to go down there that year anyway, Darity. And I think there was other factors. Listen, I have a lot more breaking news, Tito, but I'm not going to say it. Because clearly the powers that be do not want me breaking news. I'm getting new news about some new things that's going to come down the pipe, but I'll wait till they release it. You know, Pop Warner presidents, sometimes y'all get emotional. Shout out to my boy Kel. Kel, not one of them. But Pop Warner presidents get emotional if they can't be the first to tell their programs because, you know, they don't like to field questions. And so I'm going to hold on to the information. I'm getting information from different people all around the country, Tito, but I'm not going to say it. Carowinds is a huge amusement park right now outside of Charlotte. A lot of things to do around there. It is a beautiful city, said Nick Olson. Santa Margarita has 500 plus football players. Every coach wants to try to make it the Nationals. Shout out to that. Shout out to Irv Gotti, a 1990s hip hop. Daryl Thomas, Manchester Redhawks. 12U. They're gonna be at 13U, New England. Y'all better watch out. I was just in Charlotte 2 years ago for a large conference. And the city definitely can accommodate Pop Warner. However, Charlotte is no way as close as being a kid-friendly as the most friendly city in the world. Adults will enjoy themselves for sure. The youth have previously been to Orlando, probably won't like Charlotte as much as they're experiencing Orlando. That's a good assessment. I can see that. Hey, Vincent, I want to, but we got a bunch of emotional people. I can inbox you. I'm here for the breaking news. I know, Giselle. We all are, but you know, people are emotional. Let's play nice in the sandbox. We gotta uplift the spirit, because I'm gonna tell you, Pop Warner, all the chats and the threads were the funniest I ever seen them in life. I was crying all day. We saw memes of penguins and ice with Pop running through the Pop Warner tunnel. All of that was funny. I think it was cool. Florida had a home field advantage for 40 years. Time to step outside the box for once. True. Dennis, I spoke to my fellow Pop Warner president out of North Carolina. And he told me, Dennis, that he have spoke to Mother Nature. And he said to me that they can range from 30 to 75 degrees that week. And Mother Nature's going to give us 70s. That's what they're saying. Are they changing the cutoff date? No, they're not. The only thing they did, Nate, was they moved the practice date back. They didn't change any cutoff dates of age. And I don't really want them to, because then you're going to have just older kids playing. I think this is me, you know, my thought process. I think they're trying to give themselves more time so teams can possibly maybe start earlier, finish earlier, so that nationals have a little bit more time to plan. Remember, this is year one, and with all the craziness, I think there is a little bit of pressure on Pop Warner to look. There are going to be some growing pains. Anything you do in life, right? But they got to get it. They can't be as sloppy as they would have been had they even went back to, let's say, ESPN, and there was some growing pains, right? Because of the talk about moving to North Carolina, is there anything to do and all of this? I think they need a little bit more time to plan to get this stuff right. That's just my opinion. And so I understand the move. And plus, it gives us Pop Warner teams an opportunity to challenge the AYF teams in our towns and around our cities that get their kids out a half a month earlier, and they can pluck your kids like that. So for me, I think it's a win-win, but that's my own personal opinion. I had nothing to do with this decision. I found out, like everybody else, when
it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's really not as big of a deal. First of all, not every AYF team starts when they're supposed to start. There's some people that wait till August 1st, and this is going to be the same thing. You have the choice to start 2 weeks earlier if you want. If not, start August 1st. It's not that big of a deal.
Jamie said, now you got to tell us something. I want to, Jamie. I want to. But people get mad. You understand? Pop Warner's look, they're sensitive right now. And so, you know, they're sensitive. They're sensitive. I may post something every morning. I'm not going to do that. It'll get deleted. I'm leaving it alone. Nate Freeman, no, it's the same cutoff. Dennis said they probably won't be 3 Florida teams in the same division at an age bracket in Carolina. True. That might be true. There'll be 3 North Carolina teams if people don't make it out.
I don't know why cats think like North Carolina sweet. Some of the best youth football teams in the country out that area.
Prove that they got good football. I mean, they beat
out that area. Don't act like you're going to get it easy with the invites they're going to bring in from North Carolina, because there's going to be some bomb squads over there. Trust me.
Well, listen, shout out to the Odell Eagles. I was in the 9U Division I bracket. If you had 10U Division I, like myself, you got your hands full.
Yo, there used to be a team out of Winston-Salem that was furious, brother. The Winston-Salem Rams. I don't know if they're close to Charlotte or not, but if they show up over there, the Winston-Salem Rams show up over there at the tournament, whoever draws them is going to be in for it.
Winston-Salem Rams.
I don't even think they're Pop Warner. I'm just saying if they wind up being an invite over there.
I think Pop Warner only invites Pop Warner.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know how invites work and all that. I'm just making a general statement. That's not inside information. Nobody twist up my words. I'm just telling you.
We got to be careful before you know
couple
it.
experiments.
Bill and Tito said the Winston Rams have joined
Right.
Pop.
The couple experiences I had with North Carolina teams, I know the Winston-Salem Rams at one time was a very
North Carolina
Capital City Steelers. Capital City Steelers is another.
Silly is
proven
good. They wasn't
Durham-
they lost to get down.
Durham Eagles. The Durham Eagles are a very good Pop Warner organization. The Knighton, what do they call it? I've been there. I've been to this town too. Knighton. When I went to the clinic, it was there. Anyways, right outside of Raleigh, Durham over there. They're another proven Pop Warner organization. The Knightsdale something. They were a proven Pop Warner organization. I mean, North Carolina, don't think it's going to get any easier with the invites you're going to get out of the Carolinas. That's all I'm saying.
Edgewood Eagles, D2, they were undefeated. True, but you guys are going to 12U. They're jumping up. Let's see how you guys do. That's going to be tough. Odell's 9U coach status at 9U.
I don't know. I mean,
Is his name coach status?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
No, the age, bro, nothing changed with the age cutoff. You guys got to stop, man. Like, this shit got to stop. Why would they change the age cutoff? You guys got to stop, man. I can't. Bro.
Everybody listen. I'm going to make this easy. They didn't make no change other than you can start practice
2 weeks
15
early.
days early.
2 weeks early.
That's all they did. I don't know why it's so hard. But you know what? You didn't get it from Tito. You didn't get it from the Prez. You didn't get it from the general. Go back to your league presidents and ask them. Leave us out of it because they already got my post deleted from Threads because, it was almost 100 comments. I thought it was good conversation, but who am I? The emotion, we are very emotional people and we're very emotional people in the United States of America. So, Ashley, 10U. Right, Ashley, you guys were 10U last year, but you're going to 12U, I believe.
Unless they're going odd.
No, I think there is
Knightdale, there it is. Not Knightdale. Yep, Capital City and Raleigh, Knightdale. The Knightsdale, I forgot what their name, but they're a very good organization. Then you got Capital City Steelers and then the Durham Eagles. All very good.
There was a team that played Dorchester too that year. Dorchester had beat me in the region. They was really, really good. I forgot who they were. That was a good team. They should change the cutoff to like January 1st, like flag, age rules will be playing the birth. No, they shouldn't, Sheldon. No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't go to flag. They should keep what they got going, and they shouldn't go to because that means that a kid that turned 12 after Pop Warner season gotta play 12U when he was 11 the entire season. I hate that system. I do not like that system. I do not like the all-year thing. Stay in the CTYFL if you want that, because that's what they're doing over there. Y'all gonna give Tito I know what you said.
Yo, I just can't believe. Bro, it is what it is, bro. Like, people always.
Will the rules be different in North Carolina?
Well, somebody said that too. I heard that.
What rules?
Somebody said that. So I saw that on one of the posts that there's different rules in North Carolina. Like,
we play federation rules.
Somebody did say that.
Rules will not be different. North Carolina stays with Pop Warner rules. Answered the question. Tito is sick of your everybody. You became a meme last week looking like this.
Bro, this is not the way. This is the way 2025 was supposed to be kicking off, bro. Just after 30 days ago, we just told everybody. 30 days ago,
he was born in 2015. Only kids that play are born in 2015. No, because you.
Bro,
what
leave
I'm
that
saying,
conversation
Sheldon,
alone. Why are you even entertaining it?
Because we answer questions. It's a podcast, bro. Sheldon, a kid that was born December 31st in 2015 will be the youngest kid to play. Why should he play 12U, or it would be 10U? Why should he play 10U, Sheldon? Would make no sense. because he's 9 for the entire football season. He turns 10 after Christmas when football is over, when coaches are home with their wives or girlfriends or jump offs or the team.
He would play 10.
Doing whatever it is that they do.
He would play 10 in 2025.
He would play 9. He would have been 9 until December 25th. By Sheldon rules, he would play 10. Kid that was born in 2015.
I don't even want to try to understand it because we don't play those rules. So
well, he would be 9 July 31st and turn 10 December 31st. That was my point. No, because my son is 10 and can push 12 you kids around. Don't like that rule. Oh, I think she's talking about his rule. The question is Florida Citrus still running the Super Bowl, or would North Carolina be running it?
I think they said
Florida
Florida
Citrus
Citrus
is still running the Super Bowl. I'm not, don't bring that energy over here. I was just answering the question. Don't bring the energy over here. But the kid that was born in August is a whole year or 2 years older in grade. This is not, nobody cares what grade you're in. Because you're in a higher grade don't mean you're smarter or educated or anything. There's people with college degrees that's dumber than people that dropped out of school. Grade doesn't mean anything. So if me and Tito is within the same age of 6 months, what it is or whatever, Tito and I will play together. It doesn't matter if Tito's in the 9th and I'm in the 7th. I think that's the idea about it. Tito, I'll leave it with you to cap off the move. Anything you got to say about it?
No, nothing. I think we all just need to give it a shot. I think right now, especially in New England, Pop Warner is growing. It's still the best choice available for teams that are around here. I think that we got to give the national tournament a chance to develop. I think it's, like I said, from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be more convenient. I think if everybody stays the course, we all may be talking about, like you said, life's about experiences. I think we give it a chance and we're going to have some experiences to talk about. That's what I believe. That could be, how you say it, me wishing for the best. It very well could be. But what other choice do we have at this point? Like we talked about.
Mike, I don't know about no new changes. I'm hoping 8U could go to nationals. I think they should add the 8U team. They're going to add flag. It's more fields. I would like to see 8U have the opportunity to go. The other tournaments are doing it at 6. I think that's a little bit young, but I would like to see 8U go. They used to do the Mighty Mike Bowls. I think 8U already, for the last, since 2019, 8U has been going to regional championships. It's nothing to add that extra layer of allowing them to go to nationals. Just my own 2 cents. Any more breaking news? I got to be up at 4. I'm not going to break it, sir. AYF, laugh out loud. No, sir. No. This not kindergarten. It's Pop Warner leaving.
She's saying, yeah, the age cut. I don't have a problem with the age cutoff. 7:31.
All right, those that tuned in for the Pop Warner discussion, we're moving on. Let's talk about referees real quick, Tito, before we get off. In Connecticut, listen, this is nationwide. You guys better start watching yourselves and how y'all dealing with these referees. You're going to start going to jail. I ain't even talking about, this is youth. This is a bill in Connecticut about youth referees, not high school, right? I'm going to play this, then we'll come back and talk about it. Oh, I got it muted. Hold on.
Sports, your reporter Hector.
Here we go. Let's go now.
New tonight at 11, a state lawmaker is flagging unsportsmanlike behavior toward referees and coaches in youth sports. Your reporter Hector Molina is live in Hartford with how a bill aims to help officials deal with aggressive and sometimes violent spectators. Hector.
Well, Aaron, there's fewer referees officiating youth sports here in Connecticut.
We're losing them.
And many of them are leaving their jobs because they have to deal with aggressive and over-involved parents. We've probably seen them at these games that we've attended. Now, this bill's goal is to protect their jobs and make their jobs easier on the sideline. State Rep Melissa Osborne is blowing the whistle on foul play toward referees and coaches at all levels of athletics.
If you're going to assault a coach or a referee, it should not be a slap on the hand.
She's proposing a bill that would enhance
Boom!
criminal penalties.
Look at her, he
and launch
mad
public awareness
at a soccer
campaigns
youth
about
game.
the consequences
Look
and
at 'em, they
impacts
beating up
of attacks
kids.
on sports officials.
Y'all know this football not in here. They better leave us out of it. I don't know why they showed
Specific
that.
penalties and enforcement is still in
That
the
was
works.
just fans
She
slapping
believes
at a
public
basketball game.
awareness will play a huge role in preventing this behavior.
We need to do things like, social media postings. We need to have flyers. It needs to be an awareness in the parents, it's usually parents, that there will be a heightened consequence for.
I'm just gonna stop it there. So Tito, they're talking about heighten the consequences for anybody that's harmed a youth coach, you notice,
Or referee.
or referee. Parents, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all need to chill at these games. You're going to go to jail. One of those things is not always about striking. That's already illegal. This is about somebody don't like
aggressive behavior. Aggressive
and they being
behavior.
aggressive and following you out the gate and screaming at you. They're talking about passing a bill even to deal with that situation. So emotional intelligence, we talk about it all the time, Tito.
Bro, part of the problem is we're in we've talked about this many times on this. We live in a delusional world with delusional people. And a lot of the people that engage in these extracurriculars with referees and coaches, a lot of it is because these people didn't have their moment when it was time to have their moment. And now they're living vicariously through their kid. It is not cool. Maybe because we're in the inside, but I've been saying this for years. You got to lay off the refs because they don't know how hard it is for us to secure refs.
Right.
I know because I've been involved with admin. You know. It's not like people are dying to ref these games. And when you guys think that you have the right to question what they're doing, it makes us all look fucking stupid. I'm just going to come out and say it. There's too many, again, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. There's too many low frequency, low vibration dudes that we've allowed into this space.
But these are
and
parents.
now it's the parents too, though. There's a bunch of they're a bunch of low vibration, low frequency too. Like there's a bunch of them too. And it's ruining the space. When we can't get referees to handle these games, we are going to have no games to play because you can't play without referees. It makes no sense to act the way we act. And it's not just in football. We've seen it everywhere. As you've seen in the video, you've seen it in all types of sports where it goes way too far. When you're putting your hands on the referee, running out the stands, putting your hands on the referee, or putting the hands on your
screaming at him and cursing at him.
You're out of pocket.
And all,
you're out of pocket.
They're
not out of pocket. You're out of pocket.
Yeah. Whatever call they made is what they thought they saw. You're not perfect.
We just said that.
You gotta chill. The coaches are going to argue when they don't think it's a hold. They don't need mom and dad running to the fence
or grandma or grandpa. We see it or grandma or grandpa.
Put it out. You didn't do it right. You cannot do that, and y'all don't know what that does. So I'm gonna tell you, Tito. I played a team that wasn't in our conference, right? And we played the game. And the other team got on the refs bad to the point where I stopped it and I walked over. You know what the ref came to me and said? Whoa, Phil, man, I'm telling so-and-so I'm not coming to this field no more. I said, yo, bro, they're not even in our league. They're not even in our league. They got nothing to do with Hartford or Central Connecticut Pop Warner. They're not even in our league. Why are you not going to come to this field for somebody else? So now, all of you guys out there that's hosting games, you now got to be conscious about managing the other team's actions towards the referees at your facility. Because ultimately, when the refs decide they don't want to come to your field, you can't have home games. Now, you can blame it on anything you want. But if Hartford goes to Tito field and Hartford strips and throws the bleachers and try to attack the refs, and then the refs go back and say, yo, I'm never playing at Tito field again. Tito gonna go, yo, my team had nothing to do with it. We sat on the sideline and we was nice. They don't care. Because $65, $75, $85, $95 is not worth a fight. You can't pay nobody $75 to go give somebody a head up and get rolled on. It ain't worth it. People legitimately think refs cheat on purpose. I know they do.
Right, but it shows their lack. It shows their lack of.
Hey, Dennis, thanks for always tuning in. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, Dennis. People always think they have the right to speak to referees or even coaches. You don't, just so we're clear. Even if you're a parent that's disgruntled, you're disgruntled, you don't have a right to question the referee. You don't have the right to question your head coach.
You don't.
If you don't like it, keep your kid home.
You definitely do not have a right to talk to your coach about the football game.
Right, at all.
Football plays,
You don't even have
offensive
an
plays,
opinion.
defensive
You don't
plays.
even have an opinion.
You don't have a right to talk to
You
him.
don't have an opinion. You
Right.
don't have an opinion. You don't have a
And
say.
go home. Well, you can have an opinion, but go home with it. You don't bring it to your head coach. Yo, Tito, I'm just saying, why you call toss? That's not a question a coach need to answer to any parent. Don't ask, yo, why'd you run that defense? That's not a question a parent need to answer to you.
You don't like the situation. If it's not a fit for your kid, take your kid and go elsewhere. It's that easy. If you're a coach, you don't like the calls the referee is making, well, coach your team better so those calls are happening to your team. That's on you. Coach your team better. You don't want to be in these predicaments, coach your team better.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, when I'm head coach, I do not have conversations with parents about their team. I do not answer. Look, I am open for you to say, yo, Phil, my son wasn't at running back. Can I talk to you about my son? 100%. But if we're going to have that conversation, then we got to be honest, because you're going to be honest with me, and I'm going to be honest with
Right.
you.
You ain't gonna
You
like
go,
what you're gonna
why
hear.
did my son not play running back? He the 5th best running back on the team. He's scared to get hit, and he's not that fast. Yo, no. See, don't. I don't want to fight you. You get to ask a question, and I'm telling you, he's the 5th on the depth chart because he's slower than everybody. He's scared to get hit, and he's really not like that at running back. That's not beefing words. That's football words. Or you cannot ask me, and I'll never tell you that. Just watch your son play where we decide to put him. Does Tito Phil have bleachers, or do we bring long chairs? Saw a lot of that this year. It's true. It's true. You don't get to talk. I'll sell long chairs. Bring the long chair. I'm telling you, long chairs should be trending. We should tell everybody a hashtag. But anyway, you people don't realize they don't get an opportunity to talk to coaches. Parents, that's not your job. Your job, and it's not, and even if you have an opinion, it's also not your job to seek that into your child. It will result in your child being on the bench. Some of you parents, you're the reason your child is on the bench. They got the talent, they got the football IQ, they got the speed, the agility, and all the attributes. But it's one thing they get from you in that ride, talking about their coaches. You give them an attitude. And because you give them an attitude against their coach is one thing that no coach can ever give your child that your child don't bring to the field. Anybody know what that is? Because of their attitude, there's one thing that no coach can ever give them that they never bring to the practice field. Somebody up here tell me what it is. Do you know what it is, T? It's one thing, because of that kid's attitude that mom gave. You can kind of give kids discipline in football, but it's effort. Tito, you can't give a kid effort, Tito. I don't care how much you coach them. I don't care how smart you are. You can't give a kid effort. And when a kid, mom or dad talks bad about Tito all day on the drive home, he shouldn't have called this. He don't know what he's doing. He's a bad coach. I see, this is what I'm saying. I played high school football. I made All-State. Look at the paper in 1976. I was the guy. I used to run, and that's around the time when Tony Dorsett was at Dallas. Don't nobody give a shit about all that news. The fact of the matter is, you give a kid a bad attitude, so the kid come to practice with less effort, and a kid as talented as your son is, get less plays on the field.
Well, listen, effort don't cost a thing. Effort is a want thing. You got to want to work hard. It's not, it costs you nothing to have good effort and have a good attitude and just play within the confines of the team. But that ain't good enough in the world that's about instant gratification. And it's just another thing that shows, as much as we think we're trying to push the space forward and make the space better, now they're coming up with bills telling us how to act. And as you can see, it's not targeting the high schools. It's targeting youth sports, which is our space, which, like I said, 10 years ago, this wasn't a problem. We got to look into why has this become so dominant. And I still think a lot of it is copycat. You see these cats popping off on all these threads, and they go viral, and then people think, oh, that's the wave. Well, we got to up that one and do something crazy. And now we got to go jump the ref in front of everybody. Like, the shit corny, man. It's corny. You like, dude, and it's also selective, because I guarantee you, everybody knows I talk a lot of shit. Ain't none of you gonna come up on me and try any of that type of craziness. That's just a fact of life. You ain't gonna try none of that craziness. So it's selective on top of it all. It's selective. And it's sad that we got to be there. It's selective. Like, you ain't doing that to everybody. So unless you're doing it to everybody, don't do it to nobody.
My son had his first season last year, and all he talking about is getting ready for the season.
Yeah, Brian played for us.
Lifestyle for
That's
him
little
now.
Brian. He played for 10U last year.
Hey, listen, it is a lifestyle. When you involve your kid properly, win, lose, or draw, and you sit back and you give a organization the opportunity to grow your child. Just like in school, everybody don't learn at the same pace. And so some of you guys go out and you say that I don't see my child developing. Sometimes a child is not going to develop in a year. Sometimes it's going to take 3 or 4 years for your child to develop into the beast that he's really going to be.
It happens different for everybody.
It happens different for everybody. But I want to send a shout out to Elijah Darity, Hartford Hurricanes player, just signed Tito to go play college football.
Yeah, Wagner, I've seen that.
Started running back at Loomis.
Peace to the guy. Peace to so superb, Gary.
So I want to send a shout out. So Tito, I'm done, brother. That's all I got. Listen, parents, just take it easy. Let's have a good season. No violence, no bear. And let's normalize in the male culture, we say let's normalize men being men. And that means when I got a problem with Tito, I bring it and talk to Tito. And it's not a shot at women. What I'm saying is, oftentimes we as men, Tito, we're not doing what we claim the male thing to do.
Right, we don't.
I tell this person that I don't like you, and it gets back to you. Yeah. And now we're at the field beefing when I could have just said, yo, Tito, I don't really like this. You could be like, oh, bro, I didn't even mean that like that. When I said that, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't want you to take it like that. And so since 99% of coaches are men, in football I'm talking, we need to normalize young men, older men, us having male, and if you're a female coach, you as well, but we're typically, Tito, seeing this amongst our young men in the game of football. Young as in football years, not age. We're seeing the I don't like this person because you know what, Tito? I told you about this. You know how many people I had come up to me and go, yo, Phil, I ain't gonna front. Yo, now that I met you personally, people I never met in my life. Yo, I ain't used to like you, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real because I was at so-and-so field and they were saying this. Honest to God, I had that happen to me more than 5 times in my life.
That happens to me too.
One man I never met came up to me and told me, I didn't like you. But now that I met you, now that I see your work, bro, I just want to say I don't feel like that no more. That's crazy to me. I never disliked a man that I never met in my life. I've never not liked a man that I have completely never met in my life because somebody had a mythical conversation around me and didn't like him. Well, so for me, that's a wild thing to feel. And I've had more than 5 people come to me. 5 is a lot.
You're better than me.
Huh?
You're better than me. You're better than me. Because you already know how I feel about it. I'm just saying you're better than me because, bro, if you don't like me, I don't like you neither. Like, I'm just going to keep it 100. I don't like you.
I never met them. I didn't know they didn't like me.
Even if I ain't met you, F you too. Even if I ain't met you, you ain't got to like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for none of that.
That wasn't the energy I wanted to give off. Me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at a football game. I would never forget. I'm walking through the gate, and the security guy is at the gate. And I'm walking into a semi-pro game. And as I walk in, the dude go, yo, can I holler at you real quick? I'm like, hey, yeah, what up, man? And then he goes, yo, can I just holler at you? I'm like, yeah. He said, yo, I just want to keep it real with you. I know you don't really know me, but my name is so-and-so, bro, and I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't even really like you, bro. And it was based on what he said the name.
It's always what other
This
people
guy
say.
said. He was like, yo, I just want to apologize. And I was like, yo, bro, you don't even gotta apologize because I didn't know you. I would have walked by you like a person I never met in my life. You don't have to apologize for not liking me. You apologize to yourself. I didn't know you felt some type of way. But most people that don't like me just don't say nothing. Which is
but we be aggravating people without even knowing it. We got fan clubs.
Podcast is the worst. People don't know. I've been at Phil's and got into arguments over you block somebody if you block somebody from the chat. I've been at a Phil and dudes been like, man, Phil, I don't mess with you, but people I never met in my life. I honest to God, it happened. I was like, yo, who you, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, my name is so-and-so. Like, he had to introduce himself to me after he started arguing with me. Because I'm like, yo, bro, I never met you a day in my life. What are you talking about? Yo, you blocked me. You think you all that? I'm like, yo, bro, I didn't, whatever, dog. Like, I don't know what to say to you. Yeah. Like, I'm not about to sit up here and have a I didn't block you conversation with a grown man I never met.
But
and
Bob,
so we need
10
to
might be a lot, Bob. 10 might be a lot. 10's a stretch for me. I keep
10 what?
10. He said you only like 10 people. I said 10 might be a lot.
How can you not like somebody you don't know? Ashley, I honest to God had grown men tell me that.
People don't like us all the time because of this podcast. You guys don't understand. This podcast, it's giving us, it's brought us a lot of viewership and people networking and all of that. But it's also brought us some real enemies. Like I'm not even going front. It has brought us some real enemies. Like
sometimes when we go certain
when
places,
I say enemies, when we say enemies, we're not saying enemies like in play. It has brought us to where we gotta have our, when we out in public,
we gotta make sure
our P's and Q's. Like y'all,
people really got that mad in our inbox acting up.
You know what I'm saying? Like we be on our P's and Q's, and Phil, no, there've been situations where I'm always gonna show up because I'm that type of person. I want to see if you really about that shit. But anyways, it has put me in situations where I'm in all war mode, showing up at these things ready to go nuclear with the army.
I'm the dude on the other shoulder of Tito. Like, yo, bro, it's not going to go the way you think. Like, it's not going to go there.
I'd rather be ready than not told you. I'd rather be ready than not ready.
Like, it's not like that, dog. I try to tell him it's useful. It's not like that. Like, it's not like that because, honestly, I'm a big believer in, listen, y'all that do the All-Star game, this is the last thing I'll say. Most of you guys see me in the All-Star game. Now, one time, Tito, I was told that I couldn't go to a location. They didn't like me. Yo, don't go to that location. They don't like you. They might try to do something.
That's every week for me.
I went to the location. Everybody know who I do the All-Star game. I go by myself. I show up by myself. I got good energy. I'm all positive energy. I don't disrespect nobody. I come off with all positive energy with parents, kids, coaches, everybody. That's the energy you want around a game when you're trying to bring people together. Nothing happened because I knew instantly that's not a situation. That's not like that, right? And so that and I'm a firm believer of when how you show up says a lot about your intention. For instance, Tito comes to Phil game. I don't really know if I got a problem with Tito or not. Tito come to Phil game with a Pooh Shiesty mask on, all jet black down, with his hand in his coat, and you just stand there at the gate. Tell me something, Tito. How you show up says a lot about your intention. Now, that's a different Tito than if you show up with your daughter, Lucas riding his bike, shorts and a t-shirt on in the summertime at the field. That energy, those are two different energies without you saying a word.
No, absolutely.
And so I'm a firm believer on how you show up says a lot about your
energy. And it's true. The energy you're carrying. But, with some of these people, if you put out negative energy, you're more than likely. If you put out negative energy, you're more than likely going to receive negative energy. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of that.
The boy PH in Harlan State, we're about to get snow and all that stuff in the morning. Be safe, drive safe if you got to go to work. Schools are shut down, colleges are shut down in New England. Be safe. Let's check the weather in North Carolina real quick.
70. It was 70 yesterday. I think it was 70 today. We good.
What's the weather in Charlotte,
Listen,
y'all?
we good. Everything's gonna be
Weather
fine.
in Charlotte is 48, but it ain't gonna snow.
It ain't 20.
Tomorrow is gonna be 73 degrees in Charlotte. We gonna be good, baby.
It ain't
Your boy
25,
PH
40.
Express, Mr. Above 140, my co-host.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, A6 the Army.
Oh, I got a text. Oh, take it easy, y'all. Later. We got a fun-filled show
Get
tonight.
hot. I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, A6 the Army.
She loving my style every time I'm
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around. She caught me
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
The hood, we locked the
Clear. I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No,
Never.
that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.